I can see Jurassic waving too.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Shroomie Chronicles. Today we have a Shroomie spotlight with Juraphic Sark. I'm really excited for today. With us, as always, we have 8 Wide, the OG Bun Queen.
Woo! Yeah.
We have Crusher over here.
The myth, the legend, the god. Because let's be real, y'all. Who's gonna take me down? That's like, let's hear it. Yeah, you hear it. You can't hear anything because it's no one.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So let's see. Max is here. He's running the show behind the scenes tonight due to a work-related injury, but he's here. He'll be in chat. You can say hello. He's okay. But yeah, tonight is all about Juraphic Sark. To those in the 400 servers and later, you may know him as Grumpy Bighead, leader of the family in 488, originally 490. So Juraphic, or Sark, I'm going to call you Sark. I'll probably call you like 3 names today, but tell us a little bit about yourself.
What's up? I'm 33 years old from St. Louis. Yeah, I started playing the game when it came out, day one in America. Server 1014. Family was our family's name. Now we're known as Chaos under new leadership. But yeah, I've loved the game. And yeah, I've made many accounts on many servers and still playing every day today. Haven't missed a day.
Wow. Okay, so that's pretty nuts. One of the main purposes of the show is to bridge that kind of invisible gap between the OG servers. You're in 1002 now. Is that correct?
Yes.
So originally 1014 day one server, then you merged to 1002. Okay. So it's to bridge that gap between the OGs and then like people like myself and in the 400s and later. So you were like the embodiment of that. You mentioned that you have some accounts. What made you want to? Was it always your intention to create an account and find a server in order to create a family, or did that just happen organically?
No, I never had the intention of leading a family, really, but it kind of just organically happened, I suppose. Doing the best I can.
I remember, yeah, I remember the first days in 490, people were asking, like, what is a family? Who has a family? Where can I join? Right? Like, and there was ours, and I already forgot the name of the other one, but anyway. So how did you find the game? Like, if it's a day one server, 1014, what were they just advertising like crazy even back then?
I'm pretty sure, because I like mobile games a lot, so I'm always looking in the pre-order area of the Apple Store. And yeah, I think I registered for the game for like a couple months before it actually came out.
Okay.
Play a game called Chest Hero that was a similar concept. It was opening chests rather than rubbing lamps, but you had 8 or 10 gear slots, and it worked the same way. You would upgrade your chest level to get rarer gear drops. So seeing the ads for this, I could tell it was going to be similar. I've played Chop Chop as well. If anybody's played that game, I think it's a little bit more popular, but it's some same concept. But
okay. I've heard some of your, crazy OG tales, from back in the day, some of the top competitive families that you've played in and stuff. Obviously you've been in Legends, I don't know what, a dozen times, I don't know. I feel like you're one of those players that's either like in it a couple times in a row and then you drop, then you go back up, and then but tell me about talk to me a little bit about some of the OG family stuff, some of the families you've been in. So it was originally called Family also, now Chaos, but what were some other ones?
I mean, I haven't been in a whole lot of different families. It's always been the same family. We just changed names.
Got it. And who are some of like the big families at the beginning?
I remember EGC for sure. They were pretty toxic. For a while, it was Divinity, Femboy were the two like on top, competing with each other. They talked a lot of smack back and forth. But EGC, I mean,
Did you guys have Vin?
No, Vin. I think Vin is Femboy, if I'm not mistaken. I think he went by two
Or
different
was that
names.
Cat?
I can't
And then there
recall.
was Cat. It was so long ago, though.
I thought that he
Oh,
went by
man.
Lee, but then at some point changed his name to Vin. But maybe he was
Yep.
Cat at some point. But I remember when they were the two on top for sure. We went back and forth with them. They were always our favorite to face in Family Brawl. We used to have like clockwork. As soon as our brawls would end, we would go to the LAM Discord and just start posting screenshots and making people rage. They call us rage baiters. We'd call them crybabies. But yeah,
It
we
was
had-
wicked back then. It was wild.
yeah, for sure.
And that was back before when you were in the assigned lane. Like, that was it. There was no, splitting lanes. It was whatever lane you were assigned in, that's what you had for the week. That was it. You could only rearrange the lanes. You couldn't rearrange the players to split.
Really?
Yep.
Definitely.
Ew.
Yeah. So it was like full three lane brawls, and wherever you signed up. So like you had to coordinate with your family to like it was like, okay, Code, you go in the bottom, I'm gonna go in the middle, we're gonna split here, and then it just automatically filled in whoever didn't sign up. So you had to make sure that the strong players were all separated if that was what you were doing. Yeah. There was no player moving. It was just, these are your lanes and this is it. You can move the lanes. But
You
good luck.
reorder the
Mhm.
within a tower, but you could not move individuals. You could just do order and complete tower swapping.
The OGs.
Wow.
Yep.
Interesting.
Oh, I see. Oh, what up, chat? By the way, I see Dez in the chat. Hey, Dez. Dez actually wants to bring it back. Huh?
They
Honestly-
should. They should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? You guys would prefer that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
What? How does that? So, like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to imagine this because.
So if on Wednesday you decided you were going to go for a 2-lane strategy and just go 45-0-45, you were stuck with that for the week. So if you end against another family that is, stacked in a 1-lane, like, I don't know.
Okay. So I assume everyone just did 2-lane then, right?
It was all
No.
3 for the most part. Everybody
Really?
would just because if you didn't have all active players to select where they were going, then it would even out your towers with the auto placement. So it was
Okay.
definitely.
Oh, so there's no point in doing.
I remember, pushing hard for. We only have to win 2 lanes. Why do we keep, doing 3 tower stacks? We should just do a 2-lane strategy. And I have had to argue with our leader Go about making sense of that. He didn't want to do it.
Are you saying you are the creator of the 2-lane strategy? That's
Yeah.
what I'm hearing. That's nuts. History in the making, everyone.
When they
remember-
implemented that was wild.
Yeah, now it's just all about last second swaps, so that the opponent
Yeah.
can't what you're going to do. But with that meta, you could see how their towers were divided and they were stuck that way.
And like Cryptid said, it required, family communication to make sure the strong, whatever strategy you guys, decided on, that it was implemented, that, whatever tower you were assigned to, you had to make sure that you signed up for that. Otherwise it was just random willy-nilly. So it was nice. It was more of a fair, it was usually 3 versus 3. So it was nice. You actually did see it was a 3 versus 3, brawl. Who is the strongest? Not
I like that.
who has a better
Who got
lane,
lucky last second swap?
that's exactly it. So when they first implemented the being able to swap players, I was so against it, and I talked so much shit about people that lane split, and now you have to, because either that or you're gonna lose. So
And the way it works
Yeah.
out most of the time is, last second, both families go into a 2-lane. Odds are, mathematically, that you're going to blank one of each of your towers. So then the whole brawl comes down to just one lane.
Yep. Whereas it was, just split before, and it was a full brawl. Everybody got a fight usually, unless the other family was dead. But it was nice.
Well,
little
damn
better
it, now
than it is now.
I want to try the OG way now. Damn it! Like when you said it, I was
Yeah.
like, "That's kind of atrocious." But the more I think about it, I'm like, "Well,
Yeah.
Can we try that? That sounds kind of fun. Like anything to change up the way that it is now. Honestly, just
and that's why there's a whole day to, you sign up on Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. or whatever. You have a whole day to sign up, and you don't need that because you could just rearrange everybody wherever you want them now. You don't need a sign up phase, but that's what the sign up phase was for. So you could arrange and plan where people were going to, what lane they were going to join. That's what the sign up phase was for, because you couldn't swap them, but you don't need it now. Yeah.
I see Pretty High Femme in the chat. What's up?
No pants. Always taking off his pants.
I heard a horror story I remember happened at one point because I think your original server has had some good merge, like a good merge and not so good merge. People you've definitely felt attrition at different points in the game before your last merge. I know. Is there anything you want to talk about in terms of how certain family leaders have handled situations like that, or do you want to skip that one?
There was definitely a lull before they started the merging where we were just losing players by the day, really. And we were down to like 20 active players on the whole server, it felt like. And yeah, during that phase was when we lost our 3 whales. I think Energy left first. I mean, these guys literally bought every artifact, mount, back accessory that became available. They were spending like crazy. Hyper whales, we called them. But Energy left, then Divinity quit. Trog stuck around the longest. And eventually he quit playing as well. And we went through some hard times. That was when I started just making new accounts like crazy, just like looking for more activity.
Okay.
And I was always still checking into my main account. I mean, never quit playing on that account. And then eventually they decided to finally merge after months of people begging for it. Like dead servers, like almost every server was struggling with player activity. But I don't think our first leadership change occurred until like post-merge, when our leader Go let his account go inactive for like 2 days, so the game automatically reallocates leadership to the strongest active player. And that was our Korean Intel, who's always been a strong player, Bulgogi. He became the new leader. Bulgogi!
Oh. One of the first counter regen prophets that we saw. Annoying.
He definitely helped shape our meta on our server with all of his intel from the SEA. He's the one who told me about counter honey.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that should probably be mentioned. I should have asked you that question earlier. Per usual, I'm completely surrounded. I'm the lone prophet. They are all warriors. But yeah, so Juraphic, tell us more about that. So I know you've been a counter regen warrior bun style has it always been that way, or how early did you make that switch?
No, definitely not always. I started as a archer crossbow, and I ended up switching to an axe warrior around somewhere 100 to 120. Maybe I waited till Awakening. No, it was before Awakening, because I remember Go pushing everybody that like axe is stronger before Awakening. Back then it had like the launch effect post Awakening, which was terrible. So once I awakened, this when I first switched to a sword warrior. But it was all way too early. I'm in the same boat as 8 Wide because I hadn't cleared all of like Dark Trials before switching to warrior. So I was like way behind on Dark Trials because that's hard as shit as warrior. But I think I've pretty much been warrior since then. I've like barely touched prophet on my maid account.
Yeah, gosh, I'm having so many questions flash through my head. So when I started playing in 490, and I think there's probably a good handful of us, we had these questions, and luckily we had you, and there's a couple other people that that knew what they were doing. MJ comes to mind, Bunny, but gosh, I remember. I mean, I asked you some of the stupidest fucking questions, and you always answered. But I remember the first time I was just thinking about like regen, because like Dark Lord at the time wasn't, one-shotting wasn't. I could foresee that it was gonna stop. Like I wasn't gonna be able to be effective doing it, and I was like looking into regen and stuff, and you were like, "Yeah, on my main, I've been, regen warrior. This is I run, and I won't forget, because as soon as this meta popped back up, I was like, there's nothing new about this. This is what Grumpy's been running for like months and months and months." But you were like, "Yeah, I run like HP based damage with the B and with Dragonic and with Blade Pierce." So
Eternal Gear is what makes all of that possible, and that makes the swap a thing. Like pre-Eternal Gear, like you guys were saying, one shot is still works, but
yeah,
Eternal just gives you so much more. Back then, the Eternal Gear didn't even exist. I was like level 130 before they came out with Eternal Gear. So
I disagree. Yeah. I was just one-shotted by Wu a month ago, so I disagree. Pre-Blitz one shot, and there's video evidence. So yeah, so it's still viable. Still viable.
Let's take Wu out of the equation momentarily. No, I'm just
all those other prophets. Oh man.
Yeah, let's keep talking about this. I like this topic.
Okay, so yeah, I was gonna circle back to the current meta anyway. First question was, like, were you surprised at all? This actually goes to 8Y too, because you're both, Bun Warriors. But like, were you both, either of you, surprised when this meta developed, or were you just like, oh, everybody's finally catching on, or what was it? What were your thoughts there?
I'll let Sark go first.
Yeah, I was tipped off by Bulgogi from SEA. He was like, everybody in SEA runs regen builds. Like he was shocked that it was taking so long that for the AMN servers to catch on to the regen meta. So we were able to dominate for a little while as regen prophets / warriors.
Okay.
Is it still meta?
Well,
there?
and I don't know. I mean, initially the regen wasn't, when you had 2%, that was high. There wasn't as much access to regen as there is now. I mean, we didn't have the soul levels. You didn't have. I don't think it was in the talent tree. You have more pets.
There was no
more options.
Branch. There was no tamer branch for sure. So that's a 0.2 node right there.
Yeah, you just didn't have as much. I mean, I always, I played other games where defense was always the best offense. So for me, it was a no-brainer. As soon as I saw the awakening skills for the Sage, I thought that's the class I'm going to play because I want to be fat and annoying. And that was that. And that was it. That was it for me. I just wanted to be defensive. So, am I surprised? No, not at all.
I mean.
There are some changes that need to be made, but I don't think Sage itself is an issue. Each class has its strengths.
I mean, thinking back on all of this, like there was a small handful of players. I think J-Hot was probably one of them. Just adding Pagoda to that kind of shell. There was other things as well, obviously, but it was around then that this started popping up with more frequency, I think. And then like beginning of this year, January, it was like, I felt like I saw more and more and more, warrior regen, which I loved at the beginning because I could, like that's something that I'm supposed to be able to prey on as a mage. But yeah, I don't know. Crush, what are your thoughts on the current meta? before we get into to territory that could cause a rant not from me.
I honestly, it's annoying. Because at least for sages, it's hard to counter it with DPS because their attack speed's way too slow for you to counter enough to do damage. I think that's the same issue with Prophet as well. Yeah, they can get skills off quicker, but it's the same thing. Their attack speed is probably just as slow as Warrior, so you can't really do anything. The only thing you have a chance on is the Archer regen, because some of them still like to go their attack speed. But I mean, I'm not a big fan. And I think for Shark, I think we first met up in Elite. Like, I was always afraid of you. You had like high stats, and then I think one day like I saw a defend win against you, and I was like, what? And I was like, I went to attack you, and then I won. I was like, oh hell yeah! And then like I was feeding off of you for a little bit, and then you just like took off on regen, and like I couldn't catch up. Like, oh shit, I can't kill him anymore. And then I just left you alone again.
Yeah, I told Nylock about that. I was like, dude, I challenged Crusher because you're always stomping on my Grumpy account, the one that is on a server with Nylock. I'm like, I'm gonna get him back on my main account. I challenged you and lost. I was like, what? I've got months ahead on this guy. So yeah, I've been very impressed by how quickly you have caught up. And now, yeah, you're pretty much as strong, if not stronger, than my main account.
I mean, I'll still never beat it though, because if you stay regen, you'll always be stronger than me.
Right. But yeah, it's the real struggle is it's defense, but attacking is very, very difficult when everyone is regen.
Yeah. I mean, is it easier to counter to defend? You just throw regen on, and regen against regen is just nothing happening.
Everybody stays at full health the whole fight.
Yeah. Isn't that right, 8?
It's not true. Sages aren't the issue.
Oh no, that's right, huh? What's our new issue that we found out today?
That is the issue.
I can't hear.
When they take, if you
Is she breaking up for everyone or just for me?
Yeah, she's breaking up.
Okay.
Aliens.
I think there's something going on with your internet.
That's a good stun face to leave off.
She's been stunned. She's been hit with dazzle. Dazzled.
Oh, no. Oh, I think she's back. I think you're back.
She moved. I saw her move a little bit. There we go.
Okay, is it
Still breaking up.
No, it's not better if you can hear us.
Yeah, still breaking up. Still breaking up. I see Loki in the chat. What up, Loki? Gate Buttercup. What up, Buttercup? I see Bella.
Buttercup.
Hello, everyone. Akane. Nice. All right. This is normally the part of the show where we talk about Shroomie tournament. So why don't you tell us who you've partnered with in the Shroomie tournament recently?
I think for the last two, you and I have been partners.
Correct. What's going on this time, though?
This time I abandoned you.
I got dumped.
You're good, 8. You're good.
Sorry, Max.
Yep, you're looking good. You're looking good. All right. She's back. All right, Shroomie tournament. Perfect timing. Okay. So, I had to get that out of the way. Grumpy had been backpacking me the last two Shroomie tournaments. And he's got someone from his server that he's partnering up with this time. I'll be partnering up with Maharaga, very strong archer. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, he is.
What are some of the best placements you've had in Shroomie tournament, or what are some just kind of what's your overall approach to the Shroomie tournament?
I don't think I've placed very high. I've made it to the group of 128 probably 4 times. I think I made it to the group of 32 once.
Okay. So what you're saying is your last 2 times with me making it fourth place in group 128, and then I think were we fourth or fifth last time? You're saying that those are two of your top 3 performances in the Shroomie tournament, but you still dump my ass to the curb? That's what you're saying?
I didn't kick you to the curb. I said we could get back together next round.
He still wants to be friends. All right.
So long as he doesn't get progressed further than you, then you might be on the sidelines a little bit longer.
That's all right. No, I want what's best for Sark, of course. Let's see here. All right, you mentioned earlier you've played every single day. On how many accounts do you play actively? I know of 2, but are there others, or do you just focus on those 2?
No, just the 2. It's enough to keep up. Yeah,
I
can
barely
like 2.
More than. I mean, I don't like. It's hard for me to wrap my head around playing more than 1. I could see it. It could be possible. Like I could do that, but more than 2, I feel like I would just live on the game. That's too much, I think. So okay. So what keeps you grinding every single day in, day out, all the time? What are some of your motivations, the things that keep you going in the game?
It's a difficult question.
Why do you keep playing Mom?
I ask myself that every day. No.
As he cries himself to sleep.
I mean, to be fair, like, there has been an update, by the way. Loki, hello, thank you. I first heard it from Loki, but there is confirmation that our very good friend Com is alive and well. He was MIA for some time, but he's back. This is just all secondhand knowledge. I did not talk with him myself or anything, but more than one person has told me he's okay. He fell, hurt himself, fucked up his phone. He's taking a little break, but he's okay. So that's good news. But on the same topic, I feel like there's more and more people quitting every day. Not necessarily in our server. It's like the opposite. Yesterday or like in the past week-ish, we've had like 4 players return that have been gone for a month or way longer. But not like actually there's been some of that too, like, hey, I'm 13 million, can you guys help me out, like add me. There's been some of that nonsense. Maybe they're devs, maybe they're not. What is this bullshit? But legitimate players who played the game are returning. Yeah. I don't understand that. I don't understand how that is happening. While
we've had tons of that on our server as well. Yeah.
So I see all these people quitting. Really strong players have left the game lately. Some are talking about quitting. A lot of people think about it all the time. And then all of a sudden, what is this sudden resurgence? I don't understand. Like, was there an email blast what's going on? Any insight here, anyone?
They want to come back for the anniversary.
Yeah, they heard there was a reskinned event and they wanted to participate a second time. Yeah, we've had a lot of returning players, like 20 million, 30 million returning, and it's like, we just ask them can we have coupons? Do you have free coupons? We just assume that they're all devs. Yeah. It's crazy. You didn't play for 8 months and now you're back? Okay.
Yeah, the Savage Fabio in chat is saying, Enno left us. That was the last one that I'd heard of. But there's some other big names I've heard on the fence or, potentially leaving as well. It's pretty nuts. Let's talk about that. Attrition rates and all this stuff. In my mind, they're always tied almost directly with, like, honestly, if there's not activity in your server, or if you don't have enough goals to play for, whatever the fuck it is, the attrition rates of this game are high. To me, it's directly connected with merges. They need to happen more frequently, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go on my normal rant. Sark, what are your thoughts on just merges in general, how they're done now? Is there anything you would like to see done differently? What are your thoughts on merges?
Yeah, I have no idea what metrics they look at. I suppose overall server strength, but I think it feels like, at least on the first merge, that like they're still taking into account these whales that have been inactive for months. So like, I guess that's, I don't know, throws things off. But
yeah, ghost power, but they have the ability to see who's active and who's not.
Yeah.
You know? And I remember that was the issue I think that that 1014 had, was right before the merge, like your 3 whales quit. So you have just dead power in the family. So that's great for Brawl, but when you're looking, when you have other server events like parking and, showdown or whatnot, it's useless power. That's great. Your family's so strong, but it's useless power. And, they don't take that into account, those that have quit. And that ends up hurting a lot of servers, I think, in the long run.
Yeah, I've experienced 4, I suppose, 2 on each account. And yeah, one of them for each account felt pretty bad. And then like some active players ended up quitting like a week or 2 after the merge for whatever reason, I don't know, but it like brings life back to the server for a couple weeks, it feels like, and then people start dropping again. So
I've noticed that too. I think it's a psychological effect, right? You have this thing that you're looking forward to, and you get closer and closer and closer to this merge, and you're like, everything will change. And then if you don't get like a very positive merge, or even just one better than neutral, like an average merge, people are like, well, what the fuck am I what am I doing? Right? And then they quit. Which, I mean, I'm not saying that's irrational or anything. It makes sense. So I think that's a very easy answer to that. I don't know if F2P or Chem Trial or any of you people are watching that talk with devs, but make merges more frequent. That's a very easy thing to do. Like it should be. Like you're doing them once or twice a month already. Make it 3 times a month. Work harder. It's not like we're not giving you a bunch of money to do it.
Stop pumping out all these new servers.
Yeah. Or at least let us buy a way to buy us to transfer to a server of our choice.
I never thought about that.
The rushes! The rushes! You can't have paid transfers. The rushes! There's a schedule! You can't! The rushes! Fuck out of here.
Wait a minute. Sorry, I just saw this in chat. So first things first, shout out to No Pants Zen. I think that's your partner in game, right? In 1002? Sark?
No, he's not my partner, but he's definitely in my family.
Okay.
He's definitely in your family. Yeah, never wearing pants. Just shrimping.
That's his MO.
Never has pants on.
But he always has a pair to take off when he's ready to take his pants off.
Yeah, they're never on, but they always come down.
But Uzi, why are you saying Dark Unit? Did Dark Unit actually quit? I like Dark Unit. Dark Unit's super cool. He's helped me. Please answer that if you're still around, Uzi. I hope that's not true. That would make me very sad. Okay, sorry. All right. Where were we?
Shark. Question for Shark. So, on your first server, was there anyone that you looked up to when you were getting, just starting out, moving on up? Anyone around you, or role model, anyone for guidance that you sought to?
I hate to sound like a broken record, but Bulgogi for sure. He was my aspiration. I still can't beat that guy. He's been inactive for like 3 months, but his regen just too strong.
Oh shit!
Yeah. We lost our intel. I've been lost ever since then.
Yeah, you don't understand. Like, I mean, it was, and I know Hollow could vouch for it. It was probably the first counter regen mage we had ever seen. And that was, I don't know, back in April, May. It was crazy to see something like this, because you thought, who would put counter regen on a mage? And, maybe 60 or 70% counter, but boy, I mean, it was just nasty. And that was groundbreaking too. Trying something different. It was why I remember watching. I was like, oh man, we we would watch the fights. You know, we'd share them, and like, this is crazy. It was awesome. But
yeah, I miss
brawls
that
were
guy.
difficult.
I don't know
Yeah,
how he
brawls were
played.
difficult.
Do you stay in contact with him at all, Grumpy?
I have tried to reach out to him on Discord, but he has not responded. I mean, he told us that he was traveling for work, so he was going to be a little bit inactive, and then never came back. That, like 3 months ago. So,
well, see, at least okay. This is actually I'm terrible at finding silver linings, but I found one. Because you've experienced this pain, you will never do that to 488. So that's great. Wonderful. I love it. Okay,
You'll
cool.
never go
wow,
on a work.
you guys.
God damn it! I just saw in the chat. So Dark Unit did really quit. He gone for a week. What are you guys talking about? Didn't he was just back up in Legends? I'm messaging him, dude. Nah, that's bullshit. I like Dark Unit. Sorry. Sorry. I don't like hearing when people I like quit. It's bullshit. All right. Let's see here. Okay, let's hop to a different one. What are some of your favorite mounts or artifacts, back pieces? Doesn't matter if it's because you use them or because you just think they look cool, aesthetically, utility, whatever.
Well, I'm a big fan of the Pepe launcher. That's been my artifact since it came out. Just that free clone every, 12, 14 seconds, something like that.
12
seconds, yeah.
Yeah, and all the summon artifacts that they come out with are 14 now, so they're worse than the fucking Pepe launcher, which I'll never get. Plus, it shoots fucking rainbow Pepe heads at motherfuckers. That's so cool! And I'll never get it. Sorry.
Never say never. I'm sure they'll.
You struck a nerve inadvertently.
We're gonna get it. Yeah, we're gonna get it.
We're gonna give you up. But there's an event coming out, a collab for a week, so maybe there'll be some reskinned Pepe shit for that event. Who knows?
I would happily take a reskinned Pepe launcher.
Who knows what the anniversary will bring? They could be they could get pajamas out again.
Yeah, they told me to be patient about the roses. I said, "Where are these roses for Affinity?" And they said, "Dear 8 Wide, please be patient. They will be available after February 21st." Thank you, Starroom. Can I have some coupons?
Yeah, I figured that would be
patience.
like Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Just be patient.
All right, sorry. We got off topic. Pepe launcher. Any favorite? Anything else?
I like the Adapto slime a lot. Now I run the what the hell's it called? The spaceship that gives you a shield. That thing's pretty great.
Nebular rules. Okay.
Sure.
All right. That's something that the 3 out of the 4 of us. Sorry, I'm not including Max, but three of us can agree on. I don't think Crusher will like that one much, but I think we all can agree.
I 5-starred for a reason. I thought it would be groundbreaking for Warriors. It just Cheetah killed it, so.
Fair.
I'm having a lot of fun with the ghost behind on my secondary account because I have limited resources there. But
Are you finding success? Like, what's your
like
evasion?
evasion build?
What was that? Sorry, evasion.
Just like utilizing evasion for PvE with that ghost behind back accessory.
What do you find it like? What's the threshold you find it for it to be effective for your evasion? Like, do you need? I think it was Woo that was saying you needed it like something insanely high, like 200% or something nuts.
Like
but
220, I heard.
220. Okay. What are you running yours at for PvE?
Like 130.
130. Okay.
It definitely doesn't work every time. You gotta like retry bosses a bunch, but you'll get through eventually. You just gotta high roll on the evasion rolls.
Okay.
Which takes a lot more high rolls for the dungeons, like the Molten Ruins and whatnot, but just sit there, try again.
What are some changes that you'd like to see made to the game? I think you'll have some things to say on this topic.
Oh, geez.
Start as they come to mind. Just list.
I mean, I've definitely had plenty of ideas. I don't have them written down in a list in front of me, so I'm like drawing a complete blank. But
Well,
I mean, I think we could all agree on soul sets.
Yes.
yeah, having to pay to reset your souls every single time is getting old. Causes me to not do it, and so then I just sit in the same build for months.
Dude, my regen build would be so much stronger if I had a set.
But yeah, they made that patch to allow you to do it with your scrolls for free, but not souls.
Say, I'd take the scrolls reset over that. Rather than having to change a class and reset everything just to change your scrolls for 4,000 red gems. I'll take that over paying 500 or 1,000 for a red soul. But I mean, come on, yeah, about time to add some soul sets.
Yeah, I think everyone agrees. And Crusher, I think it was Crusher's idea. Like, so they make some money out of it, right? You make us pay something. Make
it free.
Of course, it should be free. Fuck.
We'll pay white gems, LOM devs. White gems for them. Give it to us. As much white gems as you want.
Oh gosh. Sorry, I thought there was a question there, but not really. What's up, Matsu? All right, cool. Is there anything coming up or anything that you're looking forward to, in the game? Anything like that?
Something that they released recently that I haven't messed around with too much with, like the artifact runestone enhancements. They gave us those like blockers and re-roll potions.
Yeah,
but I found those very effective using those. Like the blockers are harder to acquire, and I haven't even really tried much with it. But
I think I have like 3 of the green Gatorade bottles, and then like a good amount of the red Gatorade bottles. Yeah, and they seem to be very effective.
Are for sure harder to acquire.
The green, I've only used the green one like twice, but both times I used it, it gave me exactly what I wanted. Like directly afterwards. So tiny sample size, obviously, but yeah. Okay. Have you messed with Avian Rebirth at all?
Yeah, I've got like the perfect pal that I want on my main account, so I rebirthed it like 5 or 6 times, and it seems like there's like a fairly small window of it can go up or down by like a little bit. It doesn't feel like it just randomly gives you another growth rate, because I feel like I would up around away a lot more, but I went up like 3 times and down like twice or something. Had a pretty insignificant overall change, but
the only one I use it on, I'm curious on what Aiden Crusher's experience. I use it on one and it was like a 1.2 something growth rate, but I got it up to 1.45 something. I don't know, whatever the hell it's at. Relatively easily. It took a lot of the Avian Rebirth things, the little blue pills or whatever, Matrix red pill or blue pill. But it worked for me. Like, yeah, it goes up, it goes up, it goes up, it goes down, it goes down, goes up, goes up. But it's doing exactly what I want it to by the end of it. Crush, I think you said you got one to like 1498 or some shit.
Yeah, 1499. 0.0008 off from 1.5.
Okay, so you just don't touch that then, right?
No, I still need to grow the balls to make one go over 1.5 just to see what it does, because it's supposed to stop after you get it.
I thought 1.5 was max.
Apparently, in the description, it can go higher, but it'll go higher but stop. But like, I don't know. Well, someone needs to test it. I guess I could be the guinea pig
for science.
I think someone had mentioned that it's got to have the mutation to be able to go above 1.5. There's a mutation that allows an avian to go above 1.5 growth rate. Juraphic, what avian? What avian do you use?
The
And what are the
honeypot
affixes on it?
with punch counter, no speeding, barrel dodge, and regen ability.
Nice.
Pretty standard, yeah. Solid, standard B, right?
I've been
Yeah.
trying to get those same affixes transferred over to a what's his name, Horus, the rainbow bird.
The triple testicle flying ones. I think 8 said they look like wieners. I don't think they look like wieners. They're testicles floating around there, dude.
I'm curious if that would be better than the honeypot warrior.
I know Pokey runs Horus. I think I could be wrong about this, but I think when Choppa switches to Martial Sage Regen, I think he uses that or Deity of Purrs. I can't remember. It seems like a very viable option. I know 8's always testing out, all the avians. She was rocking Magic Kitty. Magic Cat's cool.
Still rock the Magic Cat. I still use it. I haven't used the bee in months. I think the bee's overrated.
Right, it's just like the starting point for where you get punch counter, but if you can get punch counter transferred over to somewhere else, I feel like there's probably a better option.
We're not all.
I think Horus is a good option.
Yeah, we're not all in 1024 where you all can just pick and choose whatever the fuck avians you want.
This. Smash them together.
Oh, wow.
I laughed at Akane's comment about a minute or two ago. She said she had a weird dream that she got an avian growth of 2.5. I don't think I've ever dreamt about anything in LOM, but for it to be that specific on avians, I'm guessing, Akane, just a wild random guess, that you set up your avian breeding before you went to sleep that night. Just a guess. Don't know why I'm guessing that, but that made me laugh.
I've only ever had one dream of LOM. I think it was Parking Wars, but like it wasn't like third person watching myself play. I was my character in the parking lot, like fighting people, like straight on, like combat.
Were you a mushroom version?
Free advertisement.
I was my humanoid self, but I was slaying. Let's just say that. Like
Were
it was weird.
were you like decapitating mushrooms and shit?
Yes.
Or was it? Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I was fucking shit up.
All right, let's see here. Do you have any regular sparring partners or people that you bounce ideas off of? Sark.
I mean, I've got a lot of people. I mostly just would go to like world chat with ideas. I don't, rather than PM like one person on, get everybody's input. But
Really? So on 1002, there's no one on 1002 that you don't have like where you hit their builds or back and forth, or like I've been spending a lot of time in one of the stupidest features in the entire game, moments. Ever since Crayola or Keylor or Keller, whatever, I'm gonna call you Crayola. Okay. Ever since Crayola told me that you can add anyone you want through moments, as long as you like follow each other, then you can just practice whenever, hit each other up on Discord and have them throw on different builds and stuff. I do that more than anything in the game. I get like 50 to 100 practice games in a day. That's a little surprising to me, honestly. Well, I guess you did mention actually you mentioned already, I haven't changed much in my build in a while. Yeah, okay.
yeah, I've been trying to figure out how to master an anti-regen build, but I have struggled quite a bit to do that as a sword warrior. So,
Amen, brother. I've been at it.
Yeah,
I literally have dreams of a build on how to counter it. I wake up, I try it, and it sucks ass.
yeah.
I literally theory craft in my dreams. When I'm awake, asleep, I'm always theory crafting.
Didn't he just say that he's only ever had one Legend of Mushroom dream, that he was in a parking lot? But now he theory crafts in his dreams. Oh God.
Yeah, but I was wrong for the
Yeah.
I was along for the first dream where he was decapitating little.
Fair. That's fair, but
get your tail straight.
I think I've mentioned in chat about the theory craft one. I think I remember saying, "Hey guys, put on your bun build. I had a dream about this build, and it sucked." I remember typing that in 1302. I for sure remember typing that. You can look it up for evidence.
Yeah, this is it. This is the ticket. This one's gonna just annihilate all those buns.
And I
had a dream. Yeah.
Sark, do you have any in-game goals at the moment? For example, right now I'm really sad because I thought I did the math correctly that I'd have my cactuses maxed out at level 200, and I am just shy of it, and I'm very sad. Do you have goals like that you keep, or do you look at the game differently?
I'm trying to finish getting my yellow pals to level 200. They're real close.
Oh, nice.
And pull the trigger on changing over to Spirit Channeler.
Oh shit.
And trying to master that build. I think that might be the answer to regen, but I could be wrong.
No, I think you're onto something. I've been losing a lot to Spirit Channelers. I'm like, damn, you guys are tougher than the Warrior regen.
Yep. Y'all, everybody complained about Warrior regen. Just wait. Mm-hmm. You're gonna want us back.
So
yeah.
You all are thinking about some PAL regen stuff. Are for the gear sets, are you keeping PAL combo regen? Or are you keeping PAL crit regen? Which ones what gear sets are you keeping?
I mean, for any defensive build, regen's going to be effective regardless of class, is what I've found. But for attacking, I think you want PAL combo, PAL crit.
Okay. So this is just straight Beast Tamer. Okay.
I don't know. I've never been a Spirit Channeler, but that's what I feel like would be best.
I saw a screenshot of a very strong player in C, and I noticed that he had, I think they were all regen sets except for of his gear sets. He had all regen sets except for counter crit and combo crit. But he had PAL crit regen and PAL combo regen, and I was like, because that's not what Zico that's not what Zico does, or I think it was Vote for Pedro or I don't know how to pronounce his name. Arcadius? How do you say his name?
I think that sounds right.
I think that's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he fucked me up bad up in Legends last week with a Beast Tamer build, and I was just like, I need some PAL damage res because I just don't have any.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the PAL crits, I mean, the avian affixes for Tamers, I mean, they're PAL crit affixes. One heals and one does a percent, HP percent damage. So, yeah, I think PAL crit and regen just makes sense because why wouldn't you want to heal?
PAL crit and regen. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I think it's Arcane. I think Arcane Light heals, and I think Divine does the HP based damage. But they're both PAL crit affixes,
Okay. Yeah, so much more to learn about that class. I'm still on Supreme Spirit, which is the easy plug and play. I did move my gear set over completely to stun regen for defense, but every day that I fiddle with it, I find something new, and I'm like, oh, every single day. Haven't touched PAL crit, PAL combo, Beast Tamer stuff at all. I'm nowhere close to ready for that, but it's all interesting, and I think oh, sorry. I just saw something anyway. I think ever since Wu said that, 18 out of the top 50 in C were Tamers, I was like, fuck. Well, because that's probably going to be the thing, right? That's probably going to be the next thing, as Juraphic said, and everybody agreed. I'm just hoping that there's some small window at some point where
Nope.
maybe
Nope, don't say it. Don't say it. Matter of fact, this next supposedly update that's gonna fix Tamers will secure its meta in its for the next 3 months.
great.
Yeah, I mean, the meta tide comes and goes, and it only takes a couple of people to try it and others to see how successful it is, that then everybody jumps on the bandwagon. It's just the natural progression. Of course, tamers are going to be because people saw Zico and how successful he was, and then a couple more. You've got Leroy, you've got Wim. Everybody's slowly hopping on the tamer bandwagon, and here we go. It'll be the tamer turn. It's just the natural progression.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
All you need is
something different.
And I like it because their cheetah doesn't hurt as much. So once you got them like zeroed out, you pretty much got it in the bag.
Yeah, drop a clone.
What up, Moldy? I see you in chat. Moldy Hobo, super cool.
Yeah, tamer will be the next one. That people will be bitching about. So sounds great to me.
You can get a petition started right now, everyone, on EU.
Yeah. Can we just start a petition? Nerf them. Give them 4 pals. They don't need 6. Yeah. Give me a break.
Well, so that was the thing that first caught my attention about PAL class and stuff like that. It had nothing to do with adding a 6th PAL. Because, with a mage mentality, I'm like, I don't give a shit about that. Now, I've completely reversed my opinion on that because I'm literally playing that class and the 6th PAL is fucking awesome. But the idea that if you have just a whole extra PAL and you're just pummeling PAL crit, PAL damage, blah 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 combo, blah 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 blah, and you can use disarm very effectively in 2v2, as we've seen, as Zico and Concrete have proven. The archers that are complaining about the regen meta now will complain more, right? Or they'll start using Panda Mount more, and then archers will, to stop the disarm, and then other archers will just feast on them with Cheetah, and it'll just be a whole different other thing where Mage is still at the bottom. Great.
It'll just be something else to bitch about.
Yes, I like having things to bitch about. It's fun.
Yeah.
You mean rant about?
Yeah, that too. Bitching and
ranting. And those yellow pals do quite a significant amount of damage. So, yeah, it'll be nice to finally mix things up. Looking forward to it.
Sark, do you have any tips for newer players? I know you do because you gave me all of them.
Just like the basic stuff, save your diamonds for rushes. Take things slow. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So,
trying to think what I did. Thinking back, every single new thing that occurred in the game, I knew about souls before we had any soul crystals. I knew that I should get the Dark Trials card before that was even a thing. I knew about runes before they were a thing. All because of Grumpy. Getting the Dark Trials done as quickly as you can. He already talked about that earlier. Is something I remember. You preaching to all of us.
What did you spend your red gems on?
I knew you were asking that. I saw your face on it.
Yeah.
Dumping them all into skills and pals, and then slowly shifted that to winders and spent on winders for a long time. I heard you guys talking about mostly Crusher, preaching the souls. I was like, I always thought souls were so fucking expensive, but I have slowly shifted to buying souls now. I still don't have that Azure Feather, but it takes so many winders for each tier on the mount. It's like, but yeah, mostly those things. I've also invested quite a bit. I buy 8 seeds and 8 bags of fertilizers every day to
8 and 8.
max. Yeah, because the cost goes up until 8, and then it's like maxed out.
I was on like buy 5 seeds and then like three ferts every day, and then F2P said he bought, I think it was also 8 and 8, so it moved up to like 8 and 3 because I have way too much fertilizer.
Yeah.
So 8 and 8, huh? All right.
I do 8 and 12.
Probably not buy all 8 fertilizers because I'm starting to acquire quite a surplus of fertilizer as well. But I'm trying to get that level 10 statue or whatever that costs 27 million offerings. So
Yeah, what are you up to?
For 1%.
I'm like,
No, it unlocks new. It unlocks new slots to make new statues.
New statue sets.
yeah, I think mine's got like 12 million offerings towards the 27.
You don't have to give an exact number, but roughly how many feathers are on your main?
Last I checked, I think I had like 45,000. Might be at 46,000.
40 something? Okay. I think so on your main account, I know you spend, but not like a whale. You pick and choose things, which I think is very smart. I think that is the right way to play the game for 99.99999% of the people that are putting money into the game. You pick and choose. Okay, this event, I want this. I'm going to go for this. This event, like the one we're in, sucks balls. I don't need anything in that, so you don't have to spend money. And I could be wrong on this, but your account on 488, Grumpy, is that completely F2P? Like or do you have ads or what? What's going on there?
Nope, I don't even have remove ads.
What? You don't even have the no ads? Like for
committed to the cause.
Holy shit! I thought you might have had that.
I'm sorry. Anything less than $60 is free to play. I mean, you buy a video game and it's what, $60 that you might buy and not play. This is a free to download game, but in essence, it's at least a $10 game.
Grumpy, I'll split the cost of free ads with you.
Yeah.
I'll Venmo you. If you'll do it.
I mean, it's
a couple reasons why. It was because of how many accounts I have made in the past. It's like if I started deciding, like, I can get free to, I can skip the ads. Like that adds up $10 on every account. Now I have stuck with this new account way longer than any of the other ones. So I've thought about it a few times. Like, all right, I'm at level 150 now. I'm pretty, dug in on this account. I could probably buy it now, but that both feels like so much lost value that I should have just bought it a long time ago. And also, I'm afraid, to just trigger me to spend more. So I'm just staying 100% free to play on that account.
Nah, man, you put $10 in for like whenever they're having like a little offer or something, and then when they have whatever you are, an archer or something, just like buy that and
he's
a pass
mage
or something.
He's
a mage. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, so whenever they have the skill crit pet that you get for like whatever it is, like $20 of spending, buy the no ads and something else, then with your free diamonds that you get from like the cat or something from topping up for like $10 or whatever it is.
No response. Oh, sorry.
I just said it would probably be worth, but. And there's been a couple of days where I missed out on a dungeon key or two because the ads taken too long. I was rushing at the end of the day to do all my dungeons and got timed out by watching an ad.
Yeah, it's and they have the what is it, like a 30% off coupon every now and then. Even if you're and honestly, on my one alt I did this. I have two alts. I have no ads on them. It was just a no-brainer. I don't have the patience to sit there. And I thought for $10, and I have to say, no ads should be account wide. If I have ads on one account that is under the same exact number at Google, I've paid for it on one account. it should cover every single shroom that I open on a new server. I'm sorry, they should be server wide. Like,
Let's
it
start
should
a
be an
petition.
account. That should be a petition. That should be account wide. Oh, it's not fair to new players. I already bought it once. Why do you need me to buy it again?
That's true.
You know, it's not like I'm switching accounts. They're all on the same one account. They should be server. It should be account wide. But I did buy that.
I
And
hear your
yeah.
argument, and I would sign that petition. I will not sign the current petition, but I would sign that petition.
I'll blindly
But,
sign that petition.
But where I was going with is, like, every month they have where they renew the limited recharge. So when you spend $1, you get another $1. So just save the gems. And then there was another one where if you topped up for $1, you got, I think it was like 49 cents extra. So for $1, you got $2.49. So I mean, you could always just like slowly chip it away and save.
These are good ideas.
All right, let's you know what?
And for anybody, every month you can just spend $1 and get like at least minimum $2.
All right, you know what? I think we should have. I think we have a new addition to every Shroomie Spotlight. It should be petition time. So we always talk about Shroomie Tournament. We talk about, we ask a lot of questions of who we're highlighting. What petitions would you sign, Sark, for this game? Changes in this game. Would you? So for instance, this all got started because of the pretty ridiculous petition. Let's hop in. Let's dive in, because I've been like circling around and let's talk about it. So there's a petition started by VMod Valsarian, and Val, if you're ever seeing this, I think you are a cool dude. I really do. And I do think that Val's a nice guy. But he started this thread asking for players' power, what cross-server arena level they're at, and some other shit. Essentially asking them to sign a petition to make changes to the current Martial Sage regen meta.
Hold on. It didn't even say that. It just said put your name and your power and what rank you are. It didn't even say for what.
Fair. I read it as, hey, if you want this meta changed, give us this information.
Implied, but not said.
Correct. I felt like it was implied, but you're right. It was not explicitly.
I didn't know what they wanted me to sign up for, and I didn't know what the sign up sheet was for. Are that what are we selling? I don't know.
All right, so that's why it's getting brought up. There's a lot of pretty funny back and forth, I think, and a good handful of I saw Crayola in there. He was backing up 8 wide on a lot of her fantastic points, which were well made. There was some. I think there was some cool points, that are just true. Like if you, depending on how you, there's no reason. I think that's the overarching opinion that I agree with is there's no reason to nerf what's going on now. Give buffs to other classes. I believe that was you that said that, 8.
No, it was Mythic. Mythic had a beautifully written post that I said it should be pinned, and that should be what we all send to the devs. Like, this is what we agree. It was beautifully written. I
don't know Mythic well, other than the fact that he hit me, I think, every single day I was in Legend and wrecked me every single time. But if it was Mythic, I think that is just the absolute truth fact. You don't need to nerf anything. You don't need to change anything. Give other classes better shit. And it is that simple. And they make more fucking money. Other classes are happy because things change, and that's how metas change anyway. Let's be honest. I do think it's that simple. Now I'm gonna shut up before I go on an actual rant, because I know there's other thoughts and other people have things to say here. So, 8, come at us. Give us the TLDR.
I'll let Sark go first. He's older. I'll let he's been playing a little 2 days longer, so I'll let him go first.
2 days and 37 minutes. Let's be exact.
Yeah.
What am I going first on?
Oh, maybe you didn't even see it.
But there's like a big thread in the main LOM Discord server. It's essentially a petition, to if enough people sign it or something, I guess is the way that I took it, that they're going to take this Marshall Sage meta problem to the devs. And I see both sides of it. I really do. Like,
they want to nerf Bun Warrior, and they're trying to do what they did with the cheetah. That's all. We enough people complained and cried. They nerfed the cheetah. Great,
Yeah.
that was a paid item. But they want to nerf the warrior class, period, and sign up for it. That's what's going on. There's a big
the exact quote.
big thread.
Ellen chat just put the exact quote for dominance of Marshall Sage class and Honeypot Warrior avian issues.
I don't even use a honeypot warrior.
See the petition that you're talking about.
Yeah, the honeypot's not even that. It's not even that good.
Right. He doesn't really identify any real issue. Just nerf this because I don't like it. But the one thing that I was unaware of until probably less than a month ago was how the punch counter worked was based on your own HP percentage rather than the opponent's, which is what I've heard is the broken part of it. That you can just like skyrocket your own HP and that in turn ups your punch counter damage. Which, if that is like the only HP percent based ability in the game that works that way, that it's your own HP, not your opponent's, then that does seem a little bit strange why it works that way versus all the other HP percent damage is based on the opponent's HP percent.
Well, Honeypot Warrior was intended to be the warrior. When they launched it, it was intended to be the warrior avian. So it makes sense. And to counter and to complement that, you have multiple shots. So an archer uses that, it's off of my HP. So you're gonna negate that. If my HP is sky high, I'm taking more multiple shots damage. So
not only that, they combo more often than we counter now. So they're gonna win regardless.
Yeah. There's a yin to the yang. There are ways, but punch counters off your HP and it scales. There's like a minimum max scale. You might not hit your maximum HP damage, but it's based off of attack and defense. So,
Yeah, Cryptid's pointing out in chat every class and damage type has the HP percentage. Avian though, or the affix. Sorry, affix. I've heard both. What do you all prefer?
Yeah.
What do you all say?
I call them stats. I don't even know.
What do you call them, Sark? Affix or affix?
Affix.
Affix.
Yeah.
What do you say, Crush?
I'll go with affix.
I I think I say that most often. Affixes or affixes. Now I think I say affixes more. Anyway. But
I gotta go with Cryptid here. I enjoy figuring out how to beat Buns as Archer. That's what's fun about this game is somebody makes a new build and it's like a puzzle trying to figure it out. That makes this game fun. That's my own personal opinion. There are ways to beat it.
Yeah, as much as it drives me crazy, I will not give up on beating a sage with a sage. I will find it eventually in my dreams.
Code kicks my ass every single day. Every single day.
I lose to most of the archers in Legendary because they have like 5 billion to 10 billion attack. So
crazy. Yeah.
And then I can't challenge anybody with regen because that'll just stall out. So there's like 2 people every Legendary group that I make it into that I can beat.
Why don't you just attack me?
Because I lose to you.
No, not with the regen. If you have the meta build, you should be able to kill me.
Not a chance. Stalls out. Time's out.
Really?
Can we talk about mages and wind tear?
Sure, let's talk about mages and wind tear and the fact that it's current HP, not max HP. Current, not as good, because I've talked quite a bit about this with some other mages. So you are correct that we have that, and it is cool while the HP is high enough for it to matter, but it is not as good. I think we can agree on that, right? Like it's not as good.
Isn't punch counter at current HP as well?
No, it's of max. No, it's of max. It's of max HP. But the issue is if I'm facing an archer, I can't use disarm. I can't use disarm because then I won't counter. I'm not going to counter. So you're not going to take.
No. That we've all seen it. We've all seen the MS, regen warriors.
No.
We've seen them using disarm. I have.
They use disarm, but they aren't countering unless that archer is using the panda. So so I'm not countering. So I'm not. So you're not taking. You're not doing punch counter.
That's true, but if all of your other damage is HP based, it doesn't matter what you're counting. Like
what other damage?
So for instance, a Dragonic or a Blade Pierce, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you still have other ways to deal damage. That's just one of the methods.
If I can't use Take It Slow because I'm going to slow their attack, and I'm going to slow my own counter rate.
That's true.
If I use Easy Breezy, now I'm going to lower their attack, and if I'm using the Lantern, so now I'm sabotaging myself. If they use Smoke Bomb on me, well, now my damage resist is lowered. Oh, now I'm going to do less Dragonic damage. There are ways around it. But if I'm using something to keep, my enemy from attacking me, lowering attack speed, disarm, I'm not going to deal punch counter damage. So where's the issue? You're not taking punch counter damage.
Oh, hey,
it's just because I'm fat and annoying. Yeah, people are.
I totally agree that I don't have an issue.
Yeah,
But I will say that Wind Tear not as good. Not as good. Like the mage for that, it's not as good.
I was thinking of the B as max HP damage. Punch counter is current. Yeah.
Yeah, I was right.
Thinking of the. Sorry, I was like thinking of the B. I had the B in my head. I was like, no, the B is max HP. Yeah, punch counter.
Calm. You're in the chat. We were also worried. There was literally, was it Ravs that made it? Ravs made the milk bottle with the "Have you seen this?"
Oh, that was amazing! Yeah,
that was so good. But we've all been very worried about you. We were so stoked. I mean, I was. I'm sure everyone was, but very stoked you're all right.
I think the audience want to know is your beard okay?
Is it all right?
Is it still attached?
You just got to rub some dirt in it and then you're okay?
Yeah, I apologize. I was thinking about the B. The B's max. Yeah, punch counter's current. So
so there's literally zero difference between the two.
And multiple shots is mine. So I'm taking, if I'm a big fat wall, then I'm taking a bunch of damage. And I saw Deserving, he put, disarm can still be used to slow down the fight. Yeah, it certainly can be used to slow down the fight, but chances of me killing anybody are going to be slim if I'm relying on, punch counter.
So multiple shots and the dragon card will destroy a regen max HP. Like, we'll just shred through it.
Yeah. Yeah, multiple shots destroys me, shreds me.
So I will say multiple shots does seem, at least from my perspective, doesn't make it true. Multiple shots to me seems like much more of a problem than punch counter. That's my take. I don't like punch counter. I would be happy if I never had to face it again. But I think it's pretty fair that, per usual, Archer got the best affix. Warrior has the second best one, and Mage is somewhere below those two classes. I think that's fair to say. Is that fair?
They're the same. They're the same effects. Why can't you put it next to Warrior?
You think so? You're telling me that Wind Tear is the same level as multiple shots? That's what you're saying?
No, of punch counter.
Oh, as punch counter.
Yeah, I said stop.
Absolutely.
I feel like multiple shots is.
Multiple shot is you're getting confused with what I'm saying. Multiple shot is the best, but you're tied second place with punch counter.
Right, because if multiple shots have the trigger on combos, then yeah, they're getting like 8 shots go off with every combo because of their passives. So that's like a lot more triggers, right?
Yep. You want to petition? Let's petition for them to undo the patch where the sages counter half as much as
the warrior can't counter all of the combos.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. That's
petition
what made Hawk quit the game.
Yeah, that is what made Hawk quit the game, and I'm glad you're back, Hawk.
And you know crazy. What? We persevered. We said this is how it is, and we carried on. We carried on. We persevered.
Honestly, when
We didn't make petitions. We didn't make petitions. We said this is how it is.
when I first came out, I was like, I don't feel it. I guess there's no difference. It wasn't until I got to Legendary, I'm like, it's starting to make sense now. It does hurt. Like once you see the math, it shows. Like when you're the stat gap, you're like, oh, it makes sense why they didn't like it. Yeah, I see it now. I see it.
We do have confirmation from chat. Com's beard is fine.
Oh, thank God.
He says his head is not, but he's alive. Okay, fantastic.
Nice.
Still happy you're back. Wonderful.
Maybe
wonderful to see your name in chat.
Maybe he pumped himself on the way down like Max.
Dude. Same day.
Oh man. Yeah,
all right, so
wait till pal crits are dealing 80% damage. Wait till pal crits. What are you going to do then? What are we going to do then when pal crits? When you have 6 pals with increased pal speed and cards that increase their pal speed some more, and every pal crit deals, I don't know how much it increases per 10 levels. So it's probably the same as punch counter or multiple shots. So when you have every pal crit dealing like a 1%, what are we going to do then?
And
make a petition.
That pals can't be CC'd, so your disarm's not going to work on them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then they're gaining health while they're dealing you HP % damage. What are we going to do then? Oh, nothing. Just deal with it.
Com is saying punch is stronger than multiple because you can counter off of combo and basic, but multiple is only combos. It's a reasonable point. I'm not saying it sways it completely, but I think that's a fair point.
That's still only if you counter their basic attack and then you counter one of their combos. That's only 2 triggers.
After what, 5 shots? Up to 5 shots? No, yeah,
exactly. They get 3 additional shots every combo, and 2 every basic attack. So it's I don't know how that's calculated.
It's a lot of chances for multiple shots. It's a lot of chances.
A lot more than 2.
A lot more than 2, Com.
And if I slow down their attack, so I don't get hit as much, no, I'm just countering less. So you have to, it's all about balance. You have to decide what you're going to do.
I think I was joking with Code, and I remember saying, like, I wish we can increase our opponent's attack speed so I can counter more.
Well, and that might be an option. I don't think that's unreasonable. I don't think that's an unreasonable, pal to add, increase target, opponent's attack speed.
Right. That's all I need to defeat the counter regen. Because I remember thinking, I'm like, well, can you counter a counter? And everyone laughed at me. No, but I was like, my thought process was because if you could, I would increase my attack speed so they attack me more often, so I can counter their counter. But no, it does not exist.
Yeah, you can't increase your attack speed because now you're just going to take more damage.
Absolutely.
Against a warrior. So you just have to. It's like just a little puzzle, But nerfing an entire class is not the option. It's not the correct way to go about that because something is too strong. It's not the class's issue. It's not even a class issue. It
works on every class.
It's literally,
especially considering that the last nerf was to said class, right?
Yeah, and, like I said, I put my exact bun set on a prophet and did better than it is on a sage. Yeah.
Do you think better overall, or do you think that was specific to archers? The honest question, I have no clue. Yeah.
Well, so I mean, maybe, but so for example, Vegas destroyed my bun set, my bun warrior. Vegas destroyed it. I put that exact set on a prophet and attacked him and won. Like,
I remember.
It's not. Yeah, I got destroyed.
It was great.
And that was in arena. It wasn't like a practice set. That was in crossover arena. So it's not a warrior issue. It's there's just not enough tools. We don't have, we're putting together a bunk bed and all we have is a little Allen wrench. We don't have all the tools that could make it easier. You know, we only just have a little Allen wrench and screw by screw. You know, Crusher comes with a drill. Okay, but we need more tools to help combat, you know, the like Hostile in the group said, you know, instead of having punch counter go up, you know, 0.1% every, just leave it a 0.5% chance to do like 0.5% of HP. Don't have it scale. That's another option. My suggestion was increase wound from 0.5% each node to 1%, because 20% of you know, regen, that's not an answer. 40% I think is a viable option, which would help shift the meta. The warrior's not the issue; it's the regen and the punch counter that's killing people. And the punch counter really is just an issue for, I don't even know. Just there are ways around that. People just don't want to do it.
Okay, so we're all in agreement on the petition for scroll sets. I can't imagine a single player out there that would not want that. So we would all sign that petition. Fair?
And we'll get it tomorrow.
We'll get it tomorrow. All right. What's a second petition we can all agree on?
Put all the event items in the lucky spinner for the free to play.
Yes. So older items, Crush, I think it was your idea. You said
like 2 or 3 events, and then just throw it in the lucky spinner.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's the free-to-play players that are going to create these new meta-defining builds, because they literally are the ones that, you know, pull this enough by the bootstraps to stay relevant, or just to stay in the game. They're the ones that think outside the box the most.
Only one option for a hammer, and add other.
Sark, I'm 99.99999% sure you would sign said petition. Once the talk is I mean, it's usually artifact, but once something's been cycled back, and how many times have we seen Cheetah? We've seen twice as a secondary grand prize. Raven we've seen. Holy Dragon. Okay, after
at
X
least 3
times, Crush saying 3. Throw it in the lucky spinner. Would you sign that petition?
For sure, yeah. That's the opposite direction that they want to go, because
Correct.
Yeah, as a secondary grand prize, it's more expensive, but yeah,
Correct.
I'm all for making things more available.
Put the cheetah in the lucky spinner, so everybody stops crying. So everybody has an opportunity to get it. Just put the cheetah in the spinner. The people who already have it don't care. They don't care.
Is it Danny Rakoba? Is that his name? Grumpy in our server.
Yeah,
he
keeps asking me to gift it to him.
Yeah, he's like, can someone please give me something that will, that mount that lets me live for
Need
3
the
seconds?
3 second immunity, please.
Can I have that? Yeah.
Even put the crescent. Put the crescent in there. Put something.
You guys want a free cheetah? You want to go to your the blue site on sorcery? Oh, I forgot what it's called. And it's like a free cheetah when you're below 20%.
Endless outburst.
Your little regen boost.
Endless outburst. Yeah.
There you go, free cheetah.
Yeah. You want a cheetah? Use the counter regen dog.
All right. What about this as a petition? Have a set cycle for merges that's increased frequency. So not this like where 488's at now. We just had a merge a month or so ago. Okay, it's going all right, but not well. Not because of anyone in the server, but just like we're outclassed by almost all the other competition in cross until this week. But what if it was actually I was complaining, or actually I wasn't complaining. Usually I am complaining, but this was just an honest, depressing question. I was talking with Crush and Max after the last show, and I said, so because our first we had a first merge after 3 months, second merge after 3 months after that. So I'm like, all right, maybe it's like 2 months, month and a half away. But then no, it probably that timer probably hasn't started yet, because 10:02, 10:24, they haven't gotten their third merge yet. How the fuck are we gonna get a third merge before you all get a third merge? That doesn't make sense. So I'm not sure that our 3 month counter, if that's even a thing, has even begun. Because your all second merge happened like a week or 2 weeks after our first merge.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get a third merge before you guys because they merged so many servers into ours. Where yours was just like what, one or two?
We got one. Yeah, he got one.
Yeah. So we had 4 or 5. Some, we are 3, but
that
a lot of them.
No, that was everyone else around us got like 2 other or 3 other.
No, I think I'm sure he got 4 merged into one. Into 1002, we had 4 that merged into 10. Total that merged into 1024. So,
hey, what the hell is this? Keylor and Gate? What?
I don't think.
What do you mean?
We just had.
Hates us. What are they talking about?
Yeah, I don't think we'll get a merge before you guys. Only because we had so many servers merge in that I think we probably have a little more activity than you guys because just you didn't have the server number merge into each other. Yeah.
I saw on that last server merge list, there was one merge that was like 8 servers merging together.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You fucking won. And no, I don't hate 488. I love 488. God damn it.
Yeah,
I said.
I don't know how they're doing merges, and it's just wild that they haven't merged at least any of the 1 through up to the late 400s, 499. They haven't merged us all together. Just mix and match and just throw it together.
That's what I
figure it out.
I want the thousands and 1100s third merges to just shove us all in with you. We can even have the same fucking rush schedule, since that's the number one thing that's important to all the devs. Just line us all up and filter us in. Cool.
I don't understand.
I think they can only afford one more merge before it's like they lose competition. So I think our third is going to be our last, because you'll have enough. Because we're like slowly closing on 1024, and I know they're getting nervous. How close we're getting to you guys?
We had a family meeting yesterday, and we thought, your server number is drawing a blank because we're just intimidated by the sheer power of your server, and we aren't sure what to do. We're just hoping that maybe you'll merge with us.
Think you guys are praying.
We don't want to have to face you.
So you might as well absorb us. Yeah. That's the high road to take. We can appreciate that strategy.
Yeah, boy. Juraphic. And I apologize because I never really took notice of you. Was your name always Juraphic Sark, or was it something different when you were in 1014?
No, I think I've always been Sark. I mean, I've changed it for small periods of time, but always go back.
I do remember. Okay, I remember Sark, but like your name, you really popped out, and it caught my attention. Was the one showdown, because I mean we faced 1002, 1014 a bunch of times, and you were regen stalling somebody who was trying to do dailies, and I had a fit. I had a fit in the world chat. I was so angry, and I was like, "Stop doing that!" Like jeepers. And you're like, "Oh, geez, I didn't know." But Nylock talks real highly of you. I was like, "Oh, hi. Can you stop doing that?"
So I remember this discussion from both sides, and it made me really happy. So the thing is this, and we had, I mean, this has popped up in our own, showdowns. It's like, and I see both sides of it. On one side, it's etiquette. Hey, we're doing our dailies. We're just trying to ping pong our score. Like, leave us the fuck alone. I get that. That's fair. On the other side of the coin, which I think is equally valid, it's like, why should I sit back here and let you just take a bunch of fucking points? What if I want some, what's wrong with that?
The issue, it wasn't ping pong. It was like somebody just running around killing enemies. I don't even think it was ping pong.
Oh, I thought they were ping ponging. I don't know.
It was just like, no.
Mustard
and and I think it was just like stalling, like just trying to do dailies and just sitting there stalling, and maybe like trying to hit a tower and stalling.
I do that shit though. Like sometimes it's solely because I see all that shit flying across the screen, and it's like fill in the blanks, dominating lich, whatever.
Turn it off. Turn it off. You can turn it off.
I could, but instead I take it out on whoever's killing a bunch of people, making shit scrolling out, and I'm like, no, fuck off. But sit in fucking jail.
Yeah, I'm typically not just trying to waste people's time. I'm either going for defense kills or trying to interrupt people from ping-ponging because why should I just let you get 1,000,000 points while you're bouncing towers back and forth? But I have had it happen where I put the auto challenge on, and then, the full 2-minute duration expires, nobody dies, and it just re-challenges immediately, and both people are stuck there, like the challenger and the defender. I'm like, shit, I had auto challenge on. Gotta close the app.
Yeah.
I think Buttercup brings up a good point. There's a lot of servers that will help ping pong and then turn around and then negate them when they try to help another server.
Yep.
That's fair. Akane, I apologize. I did do that. I'm sorry. It happened. It was this Saturday. All I saw was like Buttercup had written a message in World Chat that said, "Nylock, if you see this, go sit on Ghost." I went in to defend. There was people over at our house. We were doing stuff. I saw one red circle, clicked on it. It was Ghost. I died. I went back out, switched set, came back in, saw a red dot, teleported next to it. It was Akane. Sat on her. I apologize. And then Max, actually, I think you're listening, Max. I locked his ass up for a good six minutes straight, I think.
Wow.
But that's on purpose.
Loser.
That's on purpose.
I mean, at the end of the showdown, if that's what you're doing, that's fine. But like, and I listen. I go and I kill. If I see somebody coming, like if it's dominating the field, I go and get 1 kill, maybe 2, and then I walk away just so I can get on the board. So because if you don't have any kills, I don't think you get any of the showdown tokens. I think you have to actually be on the board. So I go, if I see somebody, I'm like, oh, thank God. I go get 1, 2, and then I'm it. Go ahead. I could sit there and stall somebody for 2 minutes, but like, what's the point? And why would I? And if I kill somebody at the towers, I'm just preventing somebody on my server from getting points.
That's true. In a ping pong situation, that's true.
Yeah, you're screwing over your own server. My family members are getting less points because I'm stalling somebody here. So like, it doesn't make sense. But absolutely, at the very end, like on Sunday, at the last minute, I'm going to sit there and stall you for 2 minutes. Yeah, if I don't, I'll just sit there for fun. It's totally acceptable then. But like, if somebody's running around just trying to kill the enemies, like, either just kill them, get your defense, or a lot of times I'll ask, who needs defense kill? Like, I'll go to a server without any gear on so you can get defend kill, so like people can just go and do their dailies and get it out of the way. Like, if you just need defend kill, I'll sit there. I don't care. But yeah.
Sorry, I just saw in chat. L is Nye. What's up, Nye? Nye is one of a handful of people that has recently returned after a reasonably long absence. Yeah. What up, Nye?
I have a question that I don't think we've asked yet. I guess it goes more towards Nylock and Jurassic, since you guys spend maybe half your time in Elite and the Cross Arena. That's not a jab either. Have you guys noticed any players that made it to Elite yet that are from like the high 1500s to the 1700s yet?
Highest I've seen
there yet?
Highest I've seen so far consistently is he's from 1530. We sailed against him.
I would say higher than that. That's still pretty.
That's the highest one consistently, and then in this one, I hit someone because they were just like, they were right next to me. I was like number 43, and they were like number 42 or some shit. And I clicked on them because I was like, level 149. What is this bullshit? I got 20 levels on this asshole. Who is this? And they were like 1560 something. I think that's the highest.
Okay, that's a reasonable number.
I think it's 1564. I could look actually, but
sounds like they're trickling in. Yeah, same for chat. If you guys start name dropping people that are early servers that are already making it to elite. I'm just curious.
I know Garbage. Well, his name's Garbage or Don't Bully Please, and I think lately it's Brew or something. But I think he's the top. Well, I know he's the top dog in 1530. He's been in elite for a while. He's been elite for a while now.
Oh wow, a guy named Shade from 623 is 100 million power already. Ooh.
That's wow. That's very impressive. Holy shit.
I did see somebody from the 500s in Legends.
What?
This was a couple weeks ago.
Who was it? From the 500s?
It might have been like 502.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. And we're fighting 501 right now in Cross, but I haven't.
501.
501, we're fighting them, but they don't have anyone at 100 million even, so it couldn't have been them.
Yeah, it was definitely somebody in the early 500s. I saw this is probably 3-4 weeks ago, maybe.
No shit.
3 weeks ago?
I don't have it. Yeah, I don't go enough because there's no names that stand out at all.
Oh, Bew from 1530.
Yeah, that's the guy I was talking about. Bew, Don't Please, Garbage is another one of his names. Yeah, he changed his name a lot, I guess.
So it looks like they're on the Grandmaster 1 to Elite fence, where they're just tipping their toes for a week and then getting back down.
Like people from the 600s?
Yeah, that's what it seems like they're saying from chat.
That's still impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. New whales are... Boy, it's going to be tough.
It will be tough. They would have to spend the close.
I got a question for you, Juraphic. For 488, if you could hand pick any server, from literally 1002 all the way up, because I think 1001 doesn't exist, right? It doesn't. 1002's early.
No, they do. No, 1001 exists.
Okay, so from 1001 to the highest number you can think of, if you could hand pick our next merge for 488, who would you have 488 merge with?
And why would it be 1024?
Yeah, I don't know. 1024 for sure.
How much did she pay you? I'll double it.
I would totally do that. I would be ecstatic if that happened. It won't happen, obviously, but in my wildest dreams, that's what I want. 1024, just 1100s, 1200s. I don't care. Just get us away. No offense, 473, who I would be ecstatic to merge with. But outside of 473, I don't really like the servers we're surrounded by. Like, get us out of here. That's just my take.
I mean, 1021 is strong. 1021. That's Woo and J-Hot. I mean, they're strong. They crush us. So, but
you just beat them 2 out of 3 like this season. What are you talking about?
That was in Brawl. I'm talking about for parking.
Oh, and parking. Are they? I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah. Woo just runs through every single lot. So
that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, Nylak. I think your analytics are a little bit too low for our family status quo on parking wars.
What's up?
You might need to step up your game if you're gonna merge with us.
Oh, 473?
Yeah.
Like, you crush us. Like you'd probably be like second or third tier.
I'd be on the fucking C team on your server.
That's what I'm talking about.
Put me in, coach. I'll be the water boy.
Not today.
I'll be
I'll
be your tell boy. Hey, you need me to wipe your foot off? Oh, here you go. Hey.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, give me a hot dog.
Here's your hot dog.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Chad, that is a very good point. 461 is cool. I like Cold Pulse. What up, Cold Pulse?
Mm-hmm.
They have some good players there. Power has that really cool Sacred Hunter build.
All right, Shark.
Yeah, he does.
A question along the same lines, but a different concept that doesn't even exist. If there was a 5v5 arena, who is your dream team?
Wow. That's a good question.
For 5v5.
And they have to be one of each class, not including yourself.
And it can be from
Yeah,
any server.
Have to have at least one of each class.
I gotta take Woo.
Of course.
Zico with the PAL class.
Mhm.
Wait, Wu as what though? As what class?
Mm.
Apparently he does it all.
He does. I'll take his plume. That high DPS.
Oh, then you can't. Oh, okay. Well, I guess you can take someone else. I was gonna say, then you just cut out concrete. But then I was rethinking.
Oh, because he's the fifth player. Sark is the fifth.
Okay.
And now it's free game. It's free game. No way. He still
You
needs
need
to
a prof. You need a prophet and a warrior, mage and warrior. Yeah.
Is he not a warrior himself?
No, but 5v5, like not including
Yeah.
him. Like there's 4 other classes.
Oh, okay.
That's where I was going. That's where I was going with that.
Oh, okay. Now I see your rules now. Got it.
Sorry, maybe that wasn't the question. I apologize.
Oh, I don't know. Concrete mains plume.
Yeah.
You just picked Woo for your archer.
I go with Chem Addict for my prophet.
Ooh.
Ooh.
He's always impressed me.
You know,
Ooh.
Hey, you can be my warrior.
There you go.
I take take code. Take code.
Take care.
I
Take code.
I really like this concept because this 5v5 that we, even though it was imaginary and we had fun making a dream team, like it would lead to a LOM esports arena content of 5v5. Like I can see the arena, the elites, and we're all like, yeah, cheering each other on, and all we're doing is like attack.
All right, is everyone in the
It just
lobby?
auto.
Does everybody
Auto,
have your team synced? All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
You don't.
yeah. The whole stress is
Let's go.
like, yeah, I gotta put the right build on. Yeah, let me.
Wait, you don't get to watch it live. You just see the results after it happened. Like, oh, I lost.
It's just like a minute of the storage and it's like dust.
Nothing. And it's just your name, but nothing. And you're like, oh man, I hope I win.
It shows that like everyone's just doing this until they show the results. They show the results, and then all the teams like instantly they don't even know what happened.
They don't. They see the results, and then they're like, "Let's watch the replay. What
And
happened?"
then you watch the replay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
LOM, you can make a lot of money, a lot of sponsorships out there. If you guys can just get a 5v5 arena going, you guys can get sponsorship money, ads. Like who knows what? And money ends endless. Oh yeah, new petition. There you go, new petition, guys.
I do
for
like
a 5v5 arena.
I love it as a question. I do like the idea. I was trying to come up with my own answers for it.
What would you pick?
I'd pick mid for my profit.
I pick blank.
Blank.
I'm taking blank all day.
There's a lot of really good profits. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like Mid Swift thinking outside the box.
Yep.
He's got cool
I'm
ideas.
definitely taking concrete.
I should know the answer to this, but I don't. Who's the number 2 archer main? Like main's archer. We are not going to root for anything because Vegas. Duh. Okay.
I would take Leroy as the number 2 tamer because he'll probably eventually pass Zeke because we don't know if Zeke's going to keep playing.
I'm taking Wu as a warrior.
I would take.
Sorry, Code.
I would take 8 as the warrior because she's more versatile.
That's what I'm talking about.
My team is all versatile people that can change their build on the spot. Like that's what I admire about my team the most. And then it would probably be Wu for the plume, but at the same time, he could be the switch hitter. But at the same time, it's everyone that can think on the spot, see what their opponent is, and immediately adjust the counter within like a 5. Maybe they give you a minute to change your build up now that they know who you're going up against. And these are the people who are going to quickly, in a minute, think outside the box and like, oh, I can counter this. Boom, 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 go.
Gotta throw Calm in the mix too.
Absolutely. That he was in my mind because I was like, well,
Yeah, but
he
plays every.
he plays the two classes really, really well. Like, not that there aren't other people that can't do that, obviously, but we just saw him. I think he mained Archer, and then I know he switched to Prophet for not the last tournament where he won with Wu, but the one before that. I think he was Prophet. I'm almost certain. And then he was back as Archer for this. So like, yeah.
He was Sage. Was he Sage with Wu for the tournament?
No, it was the other way. No, I think he was Archer. I think he was Plume because Wu was Sage, right?
I think they might have been like double Sage at one point.
Oh.
I don't remember.
I could be wrong.
I know that at one point he had more HP than I did, and I was like, oof, that's a thick boy. But yeah, there's a whole mix of people. Hollow. Oof, God, those 1024 Prophets, boy.
Yeah, you all have freaking monopoly on the Prophets. Like, yeah, I was joking with Loki today. Anytime I'm joking, Loki's great, but he sent me some screenshot of him beating my Shroomie partner. And I took a look at the screenshot because he was just showing like final health, and I was like, wait, you're running this over this skill? I'm not gonna name them. And then I joked, I like wrote the sentence out like, cool, I'm gonna totally steal that because every time I've stolen something from you it worked. But I was joking, but then as soon as I like hit enter and realized, like, I was like, oh, it's actually true. Like every build, every idea I've tried from Loki, like has changed whatever my setup was, whether I wanted it to or it was intended to or not. Just like, hey, try this out, or oh, I'm on this, and then I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll try that out, and then that just becomes my norm. Yeah.
From 302, yeah, Bird, Feel, man, Math. Oh, Maths. We gotta throw Maths in the mix. Mythic. Crayola, but are they good prophets if they didn't see the age of the MS coming? I don't think it's the prophets that care.
Yeah, because the MSs aren't, Martial Sage stuff. They're not. It's not like they're hitting us hitting prophets unless they're super weak like I am. Yeah, in comparison.
I don't hit a prophet. I stay away. I learned my lesson 10 months ago. I stay away. You get beat enough times. You don't do it anymore.
Naya's a good question here for Sark. What item from C would y'all like to see the most? Well, I already know my answer, Magic Wand, but I'm chomping at the bit for that fucking thing. Please. I like Scroll. Like I was so pleasantly surprised that Scroll was really cool for stall, but Magic Wand, I think that's plug and play for like all my builds for Mage. So that's my answer. That's an easy one for me. Assuming we get it. And assuming it's not nerfed all to shit, which it absolutely could be. Holy fuck. That's what they're gonna do. God damn it.
Yeah, I already started the petition. Don't worry about it. I already started
it. Sorry, no Age of Mage for you with Magic Wand. It's nerfed. Petition signed.
It's already proofread.
Trauma. Yeah.
Proofread and trade secret.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't keep up with my peeping what SEA has. So Magic Wand definitely looked interesting when you sent me that, but
I don't know anything that SEA has. I don't even follow any of them.
Somebody said Wand is from the Mashal collab, so we'll probably never get that.
Fuck. I don't even know what Mashal is. What the hell is Mashal?
I have no idea.
Well, god damn it, it's a collab thing? Alright, I've lost all hope. I'm done. I give up.
Well, at least none of us have it.
They don't make... Yeah, but it was like for Mage, Like... What the fuck? Give us something. Shit.
At least none of us have it. Unlike the Peppy gun and the B-Duck. None of us have it. You know? Oh, he's snoring. Oh my goodness, hello.
Mashal's
my
an
goodness.
anime? I didn't know that.
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
know all anime. Just you know, I like the anime and manga that I'm into, but I don't know all of them. I didn't know that shit. Damn. The Harry Potter anime, I'm not gonna watch that.
Sounds cool.
My wife loves Harry Potter. I don't like Harry Potter, but I'm not gonna watch a Harry Potter anime. I watch weird shit.
Oh, daddy.
Yeah, same.
Kisses, kisses.
There he is.
Oh goodness, he was just sleeping. I just
Lewis
woke him
Chunk
up.
Daddy, I'd like to introduce you to my very good friend Grumpy, aka Juraphic Sark.
Zero
Sark,
fucks.
this is Lewis Chunk Daddy.
What up, Lewis?
Mhm. He's yeah. He's thrilled.
Since we have Chunk Daddy out, I have two
Yes.
final questions for Sark here. Are there any special moments or highlights in the game you've experienced that you'd like to discuss? Putting you on the spot. That's what we do. It's a Shroomie spotlight. So yeah.
So yeah, I started the story earlier a little bit about going inactive for a couple days. Leadership got auto transferred. Bogoji made a couple of changes to the family. He like changed the family name and just like messed with the flag or whatever, like shit that could have easily been undone. But when Go did come back and saw that he had lost leadership, he just like left the family, didn't say anything. Even must have messaged Trog to do the same because Trog hadn't been on in months, and he all of a sudden left the family as well. And yeah, had nothing to say. He deleted the family Discord, so we had to start a new Discord page.
Aww.
And yeah, fuck you, Go.
They're just upset because they're bad for their power. That's all. That's why they quit.
I do remember you telling me about that because I was really sad. It was like I remember you sent me two videos pretty early on, both by him. One was on the one shot build, the other was on Regen Profit, and that was like my first taste, like first thing. So I was like all excited, like when I got added to the Discord, and I was like, oh cool, like I can ask all these fucking nerd questions, and then that shit happened not that long after, and I was like, well, god damn it. And like I don't know. I don't really.
Yeah, he was trying to be a YouTuber, but a lot of his content was kind of lame, just like highlighting our Brawl wins and whatever, because we were pretty dominant in Brawl back then. But
yeah, you were.
he was talking shit on the game like months as well, that like this game's dying, this and that. So he was just looking for a fucking way out or a reason to quit, basically.
I still will never. I'll never understand. Like,
Now we got a daughter leader. She's great. So that second merge revived our family somewhat.
Takes a girl to run the family.
For sure.
That's actually the last thing I have to ask you, I guess. Actually, there's more, but do you have any shout outs you want to give? So you just gave one. Can you say it again? Because I couldn't hear. What's her name? What's the name?
Our leader, Star.
Star?
And yeah, I don't know. There's too many people to shout out. I don't want to take up a bunch of time.
Okay.
No pants then for taking his off all the time.
Rush, you got any shout outs before we end this?
Yeah. Matsu, he's gonna take me to top 8 and carry my ass this tournament. Very excited. And I hope to the RNGesus that 8 can attack us again this tournament.
Looking. I'm scrolling.
Good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck. Shout out to as always. Oh, sorry. Shout out to 1024 as always. They're hot dogs all the way. Shout out to the Grills. Hi Susan. Hey Grills. And shout out to everybody watching. You know, appreciate your input. Like, subscribe, please. Let us know if there's anything you want us to change.
Let's see. Shout out to everyone 488. I'm gonna name a lot of people here now because I just haven't. But the normals, the normal people I shout out: Buttercup, Gate, and then everyone that returned: Nye, Hawk. Great seeing both of you. That really it's real nice to have some of the old gang back together again. And then a lot of the people that we have merged with recently or in the last merge, but Garp has been working really hard on his profit build. Brick, wrecking stuff up there, is 100 mil archer. Who else we got? Sally, original 488. Sally's cool. Blossom. I'm probably forgetting a lot of people. Retired vet. And everybody else. It's been really nice this week, kind of getting back to a real, like what Parking Wars used to be, and not facing the same people for a goddamn month straight. So it's really nice. I think, I just looked, and apparently I finally died. This is some bullshit. I got to figure out who that is, because I'm going to go kill them.
What a loser.
Fuck you, Crouch. But no, shout out to everyone. Shout out to everyone in 488.
Shout out to whoever killed Nylog. You're my new best friend.
Fuck this, man. Who is this? Someone? I'll call him out. I'll shout him out. Who is?
Yeah, he deserves it.
Let's see.
Terrorblade killed you.
Yeah.
Terrorblade killed me. I've beaten him today. 1, 2, 3. He hugs me a lot.
Bro's
4,
a 90k mil. He's 90 mil, bro.
5. I beat him 5 times today, so he beat me on my 5th time.
But it only takes one to be embarrassed.
Oh, I'm not embarrassed. Are you embarrassed when I beat you? No, you're not embarrassed.
Absolutely. I had to go hide.
He beat you when it counted. See, he got the lot for his server for 10 hours.
Where is this?
It's the only one that matters.
Spot 1.
Yep.
Where is it? Yeah, I was at -8. He was at no debuffs. Okay. All right. Terrorblade, I'm coming for you for the rest of the week.
Oh, you heard it here first, folks. And once again, make sure to like, subscribe, leave comments. We love reading them. I think we're already at 100 subscribers.
Woo! What? We hit 100?
I think we did.
See, all it took was...
Oh my god!
We just had to bring traffic Sark.
That's it.
That's all it took.
Sark!
Now, I'll make this promise on air. If we hit 1,000 one day, I will share my build on a live for all y'all.
The secret build?
Who wants it? Who's asking you for it?
A lot of people
are going around me to my friends to get my build. So a lot of people around our server
about his build, and I'm like, I don't know. Time machine.
I got maybe 7 to 10 screenshots of people asking other people for my build instead of asking me straight up, so that I can tell them no.
Oh my god!
Oh, like I do to you.
Yes.
All right.
I thought you were joking.
Please like and subscribe. Shroom Chronicles loves y'all. Thank you, Sark. You rule.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks, Sark.
Get better, Max, for punching your